It's really upsetting. We published our report this week saying that there was a problem and that not enough was being done about it, but honestly I didn't have any idea that the scale could be even worse than the J report era. It's awful, and I just think about the kids that means. You know, that's a number, that's a big number, but those are individual children and families who are suffering today in Rotherham.
It looks like 2021 is likely to be higher than 2020, and the number of high-risk cases rose between 2016 and 2020, but fortunately it does seem like it might be lower this year. From what you found in your report this week and what you know, is CSE a growing problem in Rotherham?
It seems to be becoming a more visible problem that people are more aware of, so I suppose that does indicate that it's a growing problem. But it's really difficult to tell because no one's really got a grip of this. I don't believe that enough is being done, so it's very difficult to tell sort of whether it's growing, where it is, and all of that kind of thing. No one seems to know or even really want to talk about it.
Is it perhaps a positive that the numbers are growing, that people are wanting to come forward?
Where is the prevention? You know, we're 7 years on from the J report. This shouldn't be happening in the first place, never mind being reported. And what is being done? I can't see anything that's really being done.
And since you published your report this week, this has been a political row as well between yourself and the Labour leader of Rotherham Council, Chris Reid. We've been trying to get him on GB News. We hope we will have him on for an interview as well at some point. But he has made some specific points elsewhere that I want to put to you. The first point he's made is that you didn't make any child safeguarding referrals when you got this intelligence.
I don't know how he can claim that. I don't know who's told him that. Maybe he's being misinformed by his officers, but child safeguarding concerns have definitely been raised through all the proper channels. And yeah, I really don't know where that's coming from.
And you have proof of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have, in his words, stored these claims up to use them for political advantage. What's your response to that?
It's just, I cannot believe this is the line he's going down. Every piece of intelligence that we've got, as soon as we've received it, we've given it to the police, and in most cases also to the council where it was relevant to do so. We haven't held on to anything. We've not held on to anything even for hours. We've sent it off the same day we've got it because it's so important. And we started out doing this not to find a problem, but to find out what was going on. So we did what we believe are all the right things, and we found the problem as we've gone along.
I think probably the most damaging claim that Chris Reid, the Labour leader of Rotherham Council, has made against you is that you've damaged the fight against CSE in Rotherham by suggesting that no action is being taken by the police and the council. Do you feel you have harmed the fight against CSE in Rotherham?
No, I think the thing that harms the fight against CSE in Rotherham is when we're not honest about what's happening. And we need to be honest about, first of all, what's happening in the community, but then what the authorities are doing about it. So all we've done is share our experiences, and they are the truth. It sounds a bit like Chris Reid is wanting me to say something that isn't true, or pretend that we had a better experience than we did, or pretend that the police are more responsive than they are, the council does more than they actually are. And we're not going to do that. We just need to, everybody needs to be honest about this and be straightforward and just say it how it is.
And finally, we've spoken to a survivor of CSE in Rotherham, Elizabeth, that's not her real name, but she has said to us very bluntly that she believes Rotherham is, in her words, a death trap because of CSE. What do you make of that?
I mean, the numbers you shared with me today would indicate that children aren't safe, and it's really very, very worrying. And I think Elizabeth has every right to say that. There's a lot more that needs to be done on this for us to understand what the problem is, where the problem is, and we really ultimately we need to do more to protect children. Not enough is being done.
Well, Rotherham Council said this week that it takes all allegations of child abuse very seriously. It added that the independent inspectors Ofsted say in their words that children's services in Rotherham have been transformed since the scandal of 2014. The council also added that that not every allegation will be validated, but urges people to report any suspicions to them.